Y'all are gonna like the fucking movie, so just go watch it, go enjoy it, do whatever, leave me out of it.
I wasn't involved at all, aside from like giving feedback on the first draft and then getting the feedback that, yeah, we're not actually going to address your notes at all. And I was like, all right, like, fuck me. Yeah.
She hates her dad. She resents him. She wants nothing to do with him. Because I'm not, like, calling the shots on set, being a big shot producer of a movie that's filled with just inaccuracies. That's not my truth. That's not where I'm coming from. I just prefer honesty over, like, sales and monetary gain. Like, that's it.
What should have been a story about legacy, music, and family pride has now taken a sharp and deeply personal turn. At the center of it all is Paris Jackson, the only daughter of the late king of pop, Michael Jackson. And this time, the spotlight is not on a red carpet or a film premiere, but inside a tense legal battle that is slowly pulling back the curtain on what's really happening behind the scenes of one of the most valuable celebrity estates in the world.
It sounds like it'll be a complicated movie.
I think it will be.
There's lots of miscommunications and things get twisted. I just sent like a voice memo telling him I appreciated him as an artist and, like, you know, wishing him and my cousin success and joy and happiness. And
Paris is no stranger to public attention. She grew up in it. But this situation feels different. It's not about fame or music or fashion. It's about something much deeper. Trust, control, and the legacy of her father. And according to new claims, it's also about feeling attacked using the very fortune her father left behind.
Michael Jackson's daughter just went off on his upcoming biopic, and she accused its Oscar-nominated star of lying. And recently, Domingo told People magazine that Michael's children support the project. The only problem is Jackson's daughter, Paris, says, "No, I do not." She posted on Instagram, "Coleman Domingo, don't be telling people I was helpful on the set of a movie I had 0% involvement in. LOL, that is so weird."
In court documents that have now become public, Paris is making a serious accusation. She claims that the very people responsible for managing her father's estate are using his money in ways that hurt her, not just financially, but personally. She says that the executives of the estate, John Branca and John McClane, have taken actions that mock and belittle her. That is not a small claim. Those words carry weight. They suggest that this is no longer just a disagreement over money or legal decisions. It's emotional, it's personal, and it's becoming more public by the day.
There's been a lot of responses to the thing that I posted earlier about just like clarifying like that I wasn't involved at all. It's not my project. So, you know, they're going to make whatever they're going to make. A big reason why I haven't said anything up until this point is because I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy with it. Like, a big section. The film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy.
But the story doesn't stop there. On the other side, Branca and McClane are pushing back strongly. They are not staying silent. In fact, they are making it clear that they believe Paris is the one misrepresenting the situation. According to them, she is spreading incorrect information and focusing more on media attention than actually solving the problem. That accusation alone adds another layer of tension, because now it's not just about what is happening in court, it's about how the story is being told to the world.
The thing about these biopics is it's Hollywood, so it's fantasy land. It's not real, but it's sold to you as real, and a lot is sugar-coated. Like the narrative is being controlled. And there's a lot of inaccuracy, and there's a lot of just full-blown lies. And at the end of the day, like, that doesn't really fly with me. I don't really like dishonesty. I spoke up. I wasn't heard. I fucked off. That's it.
The executors even went as far as suggesting that Paris's team tried to take what they describe as a routine court action and present it as something much bigger, almost like a major legal victory. From their perspective, this is not about injustice, it's about exaggeration. So now there are two very different versions of the same story, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. At the heart of this dispute is a complicated issue, money flowing from the estate to outside law firms. Paris has raised questions about how certain payments are approved, especially when it comes to large bonuses and fees. She wants answers. She wants transparency. She wants to understand how decisions are being made when it comes to her father's fortune. And when you think about it, that concern is not hard to understand. This is not just any estate. This is the estate of Michael Jackson, one of the most successful and influential artists in history.
It's always been pretty gnarly. My social anxiety, I experience audio hallucinations sometimes of camera clicks and severe paranoia, and have been going to therapy for a lot of things, but that included, and I've started EMDR.
Like you hear camera
I'll hear
clicks?
a trash bag rustling and I flinch and panic.
Is that from the paparazzi?
Yeah, I think it's just it's just standard PTSD.
Weird. Paris explained, I read one of the first drafts of the script and gave my notes about what was dishonest and didn't sit right with me. And when they didn't address it, I moved on with my life. Paris went on to say that the movie is obfuscating the truth about her dad. The narrative is being controlled and there's a lot of inaccuracy. And there's a lot of just full-blown lies.
The money involved is massive, the decisions are complex, and the impact reaches far beyond just one person. But while Paris is asking questions, the executors are defending their track record, and they are doing it with confidence. They argue that when Michael passed away, his estate was in serious financial trouble. Reports say it was hundreds of millions of dollars in debt and close to collapse. But according to Branca and McLean, they turned that situation around completely. They claim they transformed the estate into a powerful business that now generates billions in revenue. That is a bold statement, and if true, it paints them as not just managers, but saviors of the estate. They also point out that Paris herself has benefited greatly from their work. According to statements made through their legal team, she has already received around $65 million and is expected to inherit much more in the future, possibly hundreds of millions.
I just wanted to say... Speak up, sweetheart, speak up. Ever since I was born, Daddy has been the best father you could ever imagine. And I just wanted to say I love him so much.
She explains that going through legal battles like this is not something she enjoys. In fact, she describes it as painful. She says it distracts her from her life and her career, and that alone gives a glimpse into how heavy this situation feels for her. Because behind the headlines and legal language, there is still a person, a daughter, dealing with the legacy of her father in a very public and very complicated way. Paris also makes another strong claim. She accuses the executors of using the media to attack her. That's a serious accusation, especially in a world where public image can shape everything. She says that while they are using public platforms to criticize her, she has not done the same in return. According to her, she has not tried to fight this battle through the press. Instead, she has kept her focus on the legal process. And then comes one of the most controversial parts of her claim. Paris points to a specific statement that she believes crossed a line. She describes it as sexist. The statement reportedly referred to her strutting into a court hearing, a word choice that she clearly found disrespectful and inappropriate. That detail may seem small to some, but in a situation like this, words matter. They shape how people are seen. They influence how the public reacts. And for Paris, it appears that this was not just a casual comment. It was something that added to her feeling of being disrespected. She also suggests that the executors see themselves as the grown-ups in the situation, while she and her siblings are treated as less experienced or less capable. That idea alone highlights a deeper issue, control. Because at the core of this conflict is a simple but powerful question. Who really has control over Michael Jackson's legacy? Is it the family, or is it the people legally appointed to manage the estate? Paris seems to believe that the current situation is unfair. She feels that the actions being taken are meant to pressure her, to push her into backing down and accepting decisions she may not fully agree with.
I think all the negativity just comes from jealousy. He was just talented and so kind-hearted that people just feel the need to hate.
On the other side, the estate's legal team is standing firm. Attorney Jonathan Steinsapir made a strong public statement defending the executors. He said that every decision they have made has been careful and responsible. He also emphasized that no payment from the estate has ever been ruled unauthorized or improper by the court. That's an important point, because it suggests that legally speaking, the executors are operating within the rules. But legal approval does not always mean emotional agreement, and that's where this situation becomes more complicated. Steinsapir also expressed shock at Paris's claims, calling them false and without merit. He stressed again how much she has already benefited from the estate and how much more she stands to gain in the future. But for Paris, this may not just be about money. It may be about respect, about having a voice, about feeling heard when it comes to decisions tied to her father's name and legacy. And that is something money alone cannot fix. As this legal battle continues, it is becoming clear that this is more than just a disagreement over finances. It is a clash of perspectives, a struggle between control and connection, between business decisions and personal feelings. The estate of Michael Jackson is not just a financial empire. It is a symbol of one of the greatest artists the world has ever seen.
And with that comes pressure, expectations, and deep emotions. For Paris, this is her father's legacy. For the executors, it is their responsibility to manage and grow that legacy. And right now, those two sides are not seeing eye to eye. The question is, how will this end? Will there be a resolution that satisfies both sides? Or will this conflict continue to grow, pulling more private details into the public eye? One thing is certain, this story is far from over.